Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Ken Corey, and today I'm finally leaving Playa del Carmen. I'm going to be going to the Cancun Airport, and I want to show you guys what it's like to go through the Cancun Airport and also give you some tips along the way to make it a lot more smoother. So it's the last day right now. Me and Bear are trying to check out of the hotel, and look how freaking long this checkout line is. You can't even see the front desk. Okay, so the first thing you need to do in order to catch your flight so you can make it to Cancun is do yourself a favor and download the app to whatever flight or airline company you're gonna be riding on, because a lot of these airline companies put some of their perks only in their app. For example, I know with the flight that we were on, we had to download the app just so we can have access to internet and watch movies while we're actually on the plane. And you can't download the app once you're already flying in the air, so you need to do it before you even get to the airport, or at least while you're at the airport waiting in the terminal. Okay, so in terms of getting to the airport, most of the hotels that you're gonna stay at when you're in Cancun, they have some type of airport shuttle that goes from that hotel to the airport. For us, we were staying at the Ocean Riviera Paradise in Playa del Carmen, and a taxi going from that hotel all the way to the airport was about 60 bucks. It was available and provided by the hotel, but we had our own personal driver that we had already set up based off of the vacation package that we set up for our trip. As you guys can see, they carried our luggage all the way to the van, escorted us in there. This also reminds me of another tip. You definitely want to make sure you get up early enough to be able to check out of your hotel, because we didn't realize it, but over at the Ocean Riviera, like, the line was ridiculously long. We couldn't even see the front desk from where the line was. It was going all throughout the building, almost leading outside. Luckily, I had already been talking to the hotel manager a few times because of some issues that were going on the trip. So he knew our faces pretty well, and he just kind of plucked us out the line and helped us skip the line so we can catch our flight. Okay, so the trip to the airport didn't really take that long. From Playa del Carmen, it was only about 25-30 minutes. I did realize that one thing that I should have brought was a mask, because in Cancun at the airport, you'll have to wear a mask out there. I'm not sure when you're watching this video, you may not need a mask, but it would definitely behoove you to have one before you get there, because they are pretty strict about it. They do provide them for purchase. We ended up having to buy a mask at a store in the back of the airport for $3 per mask. I think that's a little overpriced, but hey, if it keeps people off our back, fine. So we got to the airport about 1 p.m. Our flight didn't leave until about 3 something. But I think I like the time that we got there because the airport was pretty freaking empty. We were able to walk directly up to the counter to check our bags in, and then directly walk up to security to be able to start making it through the security process to get on our flight. So after you checking your bags and getting ready to get on the flight, you need to make sure you find the elevators that lead up in the corner so you can start going to the immigration area so you can catch your flight. It was kind of slightly difficult to find it, but just look for the escalators where everybody's walking to be able to go upstairs and do security. Security was pretty simple as well, nothing too crazy. Once again, the lines were short. We walked directly up to the security officer, showed them our passport, then we put our luggage and everything on the conveyor belts. They scanned it, there was no problems, and we kept going. Next, there was an area where they were selling like alcohol and different little gifts. All right, so security wasn't really that bad actually. So if you guys are wondering about if it's hard to get through immigration and customs, it was actually pretty quick. That took all of maybe 10 or 15 minutes, babe? Yeah, so only thing I would also suggest is make sure you bring a mask first. That'll probably be like one of the things that make it a little bit quicker as well. And then a short walk from there, we were able to go to our terminal and find it. Now, one thing I do want to say about the terminal is you got to be careful, because we were sitting at our terminal for about 45 minutes, getting closer and closer to the time it was time to start boarding. And I was listening to some music on my headphones. Everybody else that we were with were kind of engulfed in their phones and stuff. And we didn't realize that people were getting up and leaving the section that we were sitting in until I just so happened to look up and realize we were some of the only people left sitting at the terminal we were sitting on. And I looked up at the sign, and it had changed that terminal was now going to Los Angeles and not going to Houston. And they hadn't made an announcement at all over the airport. So basically what I'm saying is make sure you continue to pay attention and stay aware, because that would have been another way we could have missed our flight. But yeah, once we were finally able to get on the flight, things were a lot more chill. It was just like a normal flight going anywhere. Yep. We found our seat, we sat down, we tried to take a nap. The flight was only about 2.5 hours of flight time getting back to Houston. Then once we went through immigration, there was kind of a slight delay on how long it took for us to get our bags. but it wasn't too long of a delay, maybe about 15 or 20 minutes. But yeah, hopefully you guys learned something. Maybe you guys could take some tips from what I'm showing you guys in this video, help make your process even smoother than ours was, even though we didn't really have too many major hiccups. And hopefully by the time you see this, things have gotten a lot more chill on the whole like COVID stuff when it comes to traveling through airports. Now, as far as the safety when it comes to traveling to Cancun, it was pretty safe. I don't feel like I felt at any time that I felt insecure or like there was anything to worry about. So if you guys are worried about that as well, you can go ahead and disregard that. It's pretty safe to go to Mexico right now. But once again, if you guys learned something, make sure you like, comment, or subscribe. I really do appreciate those. It does help me grow as a channel. It does help me get out there. And I have more videos on the way. I'll see you guys in the next video.